is example 2b on further simultaneous equations. I want to welcome you to this lesson, and my name is Justice Johnson from Maths Solution. All right, let's get into the question at hand. Now, there are two simultaneous equations on the board, and we are required to solve these questions simultaneously. All right, but if you take a look at the questions on the board, they are not simultaneous equations directly, as in the equation 1, you can see that is not a direct linear equation, but rather what we are having here is an indical equation. That is an equation that has an index. Okay, so we need to resolve this index in order for us to arrive at a linear equation. So the first thing we do now is, permit me to rule this line again here. Then I would like to start with my value on the left side of the line. Now, if you observe the numbers, we have 9, we have 27, we have 81. If you take a look at the last digits, this is 9, this is 7, this is 1. They all belongs to the class of what? Of odd numbers. And you know that in your odd numbers, we have 1, we have 3, we have 5, and so on and so forth. So aside 1, the simplest odd number we have there is what? 3. Now, why are we going into that direction? Is because we want to see if we can split 27 base 81 and this number 9 here in its simplest form. And that is why we have to investigate where do we start from, and that is from that 3. So we ask ourselves now, if we are starting from 3, how many times will 3 multiply itself to give us 27 power x? So 3 will multiply itself 3 times to give us 27. So this expression at the top there will become 3 power 3. Now this 3 here will multiply the power x, so we write 3 power what? 3x. Then everything will be divided by, now how many times will 3 also multiply itself to give us 81? 3 times 3 times 3 times 3, that is 3 in 4 places, will give us 81. So here we write 3 power 4. Then the 4 will multiply everything in the power, which is x plus 2y. Then we close the bracket. Then also, how many times will 3 multiply itself to give us 9? Of course, 3 times 3 will give us 9, which is 3 power 2. All right, so that is what we are going to have. Okay, now what do we do at this point here? At this point, let's simplify what we have here. Now, according to the law of indices, if we are dividing a common base, now what do we mean by common base? This number at the bottom part here is a 3, and the number at the bottom part here is a 3. You can see that the base is the same. Now, instead of writing 2 separate 3s, we are going to take it as 1. Now, look at it here. Then, because of the division sign, we are going to subtract the powers. So, we start up with the power of the numerator. We write it out, which is 3x, then minus everything we got here, which is what? 4 into bracket x plus 2y. We close the bracket, and that is going to give us everything to the right, which is 3 squared. Okay, I believe these steps are quite easy for you to follow. Then, since we are having the same base to the left and to the right, we are going to cancel it out, and then we open the bracket here. So here we have 3x minus, now 4 times x will give us 4x, then minus plus will give us minus, then 4 times 2 y will give us 8y, and everything equals to the power here, which is what? 2. Now if we simplify this here, we are going to have minus, that is 3x minus 4x will give us minus x, then we have minus 8y, and everything equals to 2. So we can call this equation 3. All right, so we have obtained a value for equation 3. I believe these steps are quite easy, and that you quite followed everything that I've just explained now. Now, if you come over to the equation to the right side of the line, you will see that we're having x plus 4y equals to what? 0. This equation is already in its linear form, so we do not need to crack our brains on how to go about it this way. Rather, we have to decide equation 3 and equation 2. What method do we use to solve it? For me, I would prefer we use the elimination method we use the substitution method rather to solve these problems. Okay, so what we are going to do now is that we say from equation 2 we are going to use our substitution method. We move this your plus 4y to this side. Our x will therefore become, if you move your plus 4y to this side, it becomes 0 minus 4y, and that will give us minus 4y. Let's call this equation 4 because we can directly get the value of x from this part here. So now what do we do now? Okay, we are going to put this equation 4 into equation 3 so that we can solve for the value for what y. So we say put 4 into 3. Okay, now in equation 3 here we now say therefore we have minus x. X has a value which is what? Minus 4y. So we introduce our bracket, write our minus 4y, then close the bracket because this minus is only affecting the values of what? X. So we have to close the bracket and continue what we are doing by writing minus 8y equals to what? Equals to 2. So we need to solve this equation. Now to open the bracket, this minus 2 times this to give us plus. So we have 4y minus 8y to equals 2. And if we simplify that, 4y minus 8y will give us minus 4y, and that will give us equals to what? Equals to 2. Now what do we do at this point? We divide both sides by minus 4, and when we do that division, we are going to arrive at the answer. If you divide this value here, 2 we cancel itself 1 and go into 4, that is 2. You are going to have the value for y as minus 1 upon 2. So that is the value for y. Y will become minus 1 upon 2. So what are we going to do now? We are going to put this value of y into equation 4 because in equation 4 we can directly get the value for x. So we say put y equals to minus half into equation 4. Now what do we have in equation 4? In equation 4 we have that x equals to minus 4 multiplied into the value of what? Y, and y is minus half. So if we open the bracket, minus times minus is plus. These 2 we strike out this 4 to give us 2. 2 times 1 will give us 2. So we have the value for x as what? As 2. So we can conclude by saying x equals to 2 and y equals to minus 1 upon 2. So this is the solution to the problem on the board. Now if you want to know whether you are correct, just substitute these values in any of the equations here and you will see that your answer is going to be the same. Like for example, if we put this 2 here becomes 2 plus into bracket 4 into minus what? 2 plus 4 into bracket minus half. The half will cancel this 4 to give us 2, which is 2 minus 2, and that gives us 0. Therefore our answer here is what? Is correct. I want to thank you once again for spending this time with me in this lesson, and I'm sure you enjoyed this lesson. So therefore give this video a thumb up, and also leave a comment in the comment box. Please don't forget to subscribe if you have not done so already, and also to click the bell icon down below so that you can get the notification when the next video is out. I want to once again thank you for your time, and I would like to see you in my next lesson.